Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Gilbert Burns, 21 wins, 5 losses, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. His 2 losses are against Kamaru Usman. He looked really good in that first round. Spent all of his energy, got finished, basically from a jab. Then gets back in the winning track against Stefan Wonderboy and wrestles him. Loses to Khamzat Chimaev in a very close fight. I thought Gilbert Burns won, and then comes back and destroys Neil Magny the way you should destroy Neil Magny. 36 years old, 5'10", with a 71-inch reach. Jorge Masvidal, 35 wins, 16 losses, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. 3 losses. Kamaru Usman wrestled him, took that fight on very short notice. Then he fights Usman again, thinks he's going to wrestle, gets finished for the first time in his career, KO'd at least, for the first time in his career. Then comes back against Colby Covington, and he just gets out-wrestled, out-grappled. And again, he's 38 years old, 5'11", with a 74-inch reach, is 1 inch taller than Burns, and a 3-inch reach advantage for Gilbert Burns. The biggest thing in this fight, and I think people are kind of missing out on it, is Burns doesn't have a great shot. He's not a great takedown guy. Also, his striking isn't also great. He does have some power and he is fast at times, but he's not a great combination puncher. Jorge Masvidal, even though he does get himself in trouble sometimes by standing tall and keeping his chin out, he does put his combinations together better. He is a little bit more creative. He is a little bit more willing to take a chance. But he also makes really, really good reads. And he does have to be careful of the actual jiu-jitsu of Burns, but he doesn't have to be cautious of being taken down straight away. If he gets against the cage, that's when he has to be cautious of getting taken down. Burns doesn't have a great shot from the outside. It's just not how he gets his takedowns. He gets his takedowns typically from the cage work. Again, Masvidal, I think people are underestimating him because of the three fight skid, to be honest. Before the Colby Covington fight, his takedown defense was 72% or something like that. Crazy takedown defense. And again, people forget how good and how hard it is to submit Masvidal. Does Burns have power? Yeah, he does. But the big thing with him is if Masvidal can get Burns to work early and Masvidal still not get as tired as Burns is, he needs to go heavy on Burns and just kind of weigh on him. Get him tired a little bit. And if Masvidal can get Burns a little bit tired, a little bit that cardio down a little bit, Masvidal has a good chance of actually shocking the world. And again, he's fighting in Miami, baby. Expect some craziness. Expect some... I like Masvidal in this fight. People think just because of the 3 fights get... And again, Burns, if he gets Masvidal's back, he might out-grapple Masvidal on the cage. Masvidal might not be able to stop that spot. That's very possible. But Masvidal has better striking. He does have really good takedown defense. It's actually been hard to submit him. He hasn't been submitted since Toby Amada. So I'm going to take that risk. Again, you don't know how he's recovered from the KO from Usman. Obviously, he was outworked by Colby, but Colby's not going to finish a deer if the deer's dead. So, still. But Masvidal, how does Burns go at Masvidal? Because you got to think he's going to be a little bit timid. Because Masvidal has power, he is fast, he is willing to eat a shot to give a shot, and typically he's been able to do that. How does Burns play into this fight? How does he do that? I like Masvidal in this fight. I think he's he's the better striker for sure. He has good takedown defense. He's good at creating scrambles, and he's good at staying safe from submissions, as he's only been submitted 1 time in his career. Again, I like Masvidal. I think he actually gets a finish, and I think he shocks the world. And then I think we see Masvidal versus Leon Edwards. I do think it should be Belal Muhammad. I'm not saying that. But how Leon is talking and Masvidal is saying that it should be his next fight if he can beat Burns, that's just what they're saying, so that's what I'm going off of. I agree Belal Muhammad should have the next title shot. I don't think Colby should either. But again, I think Jorge Masvidal upsets the world, even though people are underestimating Masvidal, I think, in this fight. And again, I like Masvidal in this. I think he gets a finish. unfortunately for Burns. I just don't see where Burns can really win this. I think he definitely could. Masvidal could have an issue. I don't think this fight is 5 rounds. If it's 5 rounds, it could be a little bit more of an issue for Masvidal. But 3 rounds, I like a pumped, motivated Jorge Masvidal. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like and comment down below. Let's talk about who and why you have winning this fight. As always, peace.